Hey guys, HuShang here. Welcome to another HuShang Tutorials Analysis Series video. Today we're going to be looking at a Masters level Protoss versus Terran between Yak in the top right corner and Mouse in the bottom left. So Mouse is opening up with a gas first, which is a little bit interesting because this is off meta. Normally these days everybody is going for a Rax first. And this is going to give you access to a Marine after your Reaper. And then that can stop the scouting probe later on from harassing your command center. A little bit annoying. Let's see what's going on at Will's base. Okay, so he's going for a Nexus first into a Cyber. Blocking the CC. You should be trying to identify this going down at about this time. Hopefully he doesn't lose this probe. Nice control. He does see the command center, so that's a pretty big win for Will. Yak, I should say. Okay, pylon goes down. Everything is looking pretty normal. Terran's chosen to go for a 1-1-1. If Will, or if Yak did know that this was a gas first, there is a potential of coming back in with your probe and trying to annoy the CC. And that might be why Mouse is leaving his Reaper back here. He's been punished like this before. But that is going to stop him from scouting, so I think this is good for Yak. Adept coming out, then a Sentry. Okay. Oh, that's definitely a misclick. Twilight Council is going to be the choice here. And a Cyclone. Okay, yeah, so this is the first problem I see here from Mouse is he's opening up with a Cyclone, and this is really only a good choice against Stargate play, in my opinion. Yeah, you can use it against War Prisms as well, but the problem with, I mean, it's much better to get something like a Viking against that, because in this case, you don't have a tank. And so you're a little more susceptible to early attacks, especially without a bunker. Alright, sniping the Reaper. He did see the Twilight, which should have been possible to scout earlier if he didn't stay at home and he went for a Rax first. Okay, going into a third CC. Wow, super crazy greedy play here from Mouse. Not even a bunker. Straight into a third CC off one Cyclone. That's actually wild. Let's see how Yak deals with this. He's got the Robo coming down, very fast blink. Just 2 gates. Yeah, so not going to be possible to punish this. But if he had gone for 3 gates or 4 gates, I think Mouse definitely dies here. Nice pylon positioning, scouting for possible mine drop or liberator. That's really good placement there. Decent spread for potential widow mines. And first observer just coming out now. This is a bit slow for some builds, so he's gonna scout this 3cc pretty late, which is kind of unfortunate. So just from the beginning he's gonna have a pretty big deficit here. The worker count's not so bad, but the third CC being finished already and an orbital is gonna be putting Mouse here quite far ahead. Robo Bay coming down, and hopefully Mouse isn't macroing here into mech. 2 eBays coming down, so it will be bio, so that's good. Because if this was mech and Yak was going into a Robo Bay, he could be in pretty serious trouble. That'd be like, 2 bad things to already happen. But lots of tanks. This is actually just the greediest thing I've ever seen in my life. Just going for a third base with just 3 tanks with no stim upgrades. If there was any charged attack, this game is completely over right now. So This could be punishable, but we'll have to see. I mean, choosing Colossus makes it extremely difficult to attack here. So it's not going to be as easy as it would be with charge lots. 2 more barracks coming down. 1-1. Let's see what Will is doing. +1 attack, charge. So pretty standard stuff. And just maybe a little overly safe. Not that he did anything wrong, just unfortunately so. Okay, Templar Archives. And another Forge. So these are both pretty good choices. A shield battery. Interesting. I probably would have went with a cannon here, to be honest. But I think the idea is the new shield battery overcharge. So this might be good. It's interesting. It could be good. It's definitely not something I would do last patch, but maybe this patch it'll be strong. Okay. Let's see how many gates he's on. Just 3 gates. So probably you want to build up to, I would say, at least 6 if you're going to keep building Stalker. I think a couple of these units were not needed at this point. And a cannon. Yeah, okay, so everything's pretty good so far. But Yak could definitely be more greedy in this position because of how fast the 3rd CC was. So I think there's no reason not to get a 4th base and the gateways. Probably the gateways first even. Before getting this static defense here and here. Because we're not really going to see Mouse moving out. Maybe just now he would be attacking. Like the earliest, 740. So you can prepare for this, but be very greedy up until this point, and you should be fine. Some more zealots coming down. I think we're still in 3 gates though, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely a problem though. Just having 3 gates. So it would have been better if these zealots weren't made, and then like 3 or even 5 more zealots were added. Normally the play is 6 gates until you want to start making zealots. So you only need stalkers. Or if you only want to build stalkers, then you only need 6 gates. And then once you want to go into charge that Archon, you can add on a bunch more gates. Yeah, so this is good. This is a good powering. Maybe just mistimed a little bit. So yeah, so 10 gates, that's a great number. Starting to make immortals. Let's see, do you have 3 Colossus? Yeah, so this looks fantastic. So I think just getting the gates, like a couple gates a little earlier would have been a good idea. Shield battery cannons. So I think the army should probably come here, and you should put the cannons by this one. Unless you're planning on taking this 5th, then these are probably good. But I'm assuming you're gonna keep moving this direction. So whichever way you plan on moving, put the cannons on the opposite side. So we'll see if you take this space. Based on these cannons, you should take this space next. Okay, forge upgrades, 2-2. Let's see how that we're doing. So we're a little behind. That's fine though. He got super crazy greedy upgrades. He's got a pretty good setup here. 4th base, Marine Marauder. Let's see. A Thor. Interesting. Interesting choice there. It looks like he wants to make a lot of Thors. Or he misclicked maybe. No, he definitely didn't misclick. I have no idea why this guy's adding on Thors. That's a really terrible choice. Okay, and you have Storm? Yes. So this is definitely a fight you should not take right away because you're not maxed. So the goal here should just be to get some free damage in. Okay, you go for the fight. He doesn't have really anything to deal with your army, so this is going pretty good. your storms. Kill that tank. Oof, just get it. It's so low. And a Zelt run by going on. Oh, he has a Liberator set up, but he should still get tons of SCV here. I would have even just kept killing those. Okay, coming over to here to the PF. This is definitely something you can't break with this army, so you should just leave this alone. Yeah. This might be the main blunder in this game. Like these, you have so many expensive units. You had like 6 High Templar and 3 Colossus, and you're gonna lose everything. So this was a pretty key blunder for sure. And the thing you should be doing is just avoiding the planetaries. Like your posturing here over at this base was fine, but you should just rotate maybe up here or yeah, like try to go around it, come into this area if you want. But honestly, you don't really need to do anything. You could have just left these zealots to do some damage, and then just pull back home, and that's fine. So there wasn't really anything you needed to do there. Instead, what you should maybe do is just wait until you're closer to maxed before you try any of these big attacks. Yeah, those are some more key units going down. This might be a big hit. Wow, nice. But a lot of key units going down in the past like 2 to 3 minutes, so your army power is so much weaker than it should have been for this fight. I mean, realistically, you didn't need to lose any of those previous units, so this fight should have 3 Colossus and like 6 High Templar, which is obviously going to make a huge difference in this battle. Okay, you overcharge, so none of your units should die anymore. Good cleanup. Let's see the worker count. 80, 72. But you haven't started 3-3. Okay, so from here, you're in a tricky position because you have to rebuild your whole army and you're down in upgrades, which is probably going to be problematic here. It's kind of headbutting himself into a wall here, though. Okay, so this is fine. So you immediately need to start up 3-3 and get that finished. And you need to queue up a bunch of AoE as well. Maybe take a 5th. So it looks like you're just going to go attack here. So this is definitely a mistake again. Because... okay, you pull back. Nice. Because if you keep pushing with your small army, the defender's advantage is too strong. So you want to wait longer. Usually until you're max before you start pushing. Maybe a little before max if you see some like golden opportunity. Like you can snipe this base before it's a planetary or something like that. But realistically, you should just be building up your army here. Okay, so you take a 5th. Looks like you're pushing again. Like you don't have these stormers ready yet. So that would be a pretty crucial thing to wait for. Looks like you're setting up a drop over here. Looks good. Let's see, because I see this army and it's just too basic so far. Like you really need to add on more stuff. You're getting disruptors, which is good. But yeah, you really need to develop your tech here. Your sophistication, as Tasteless would say. So you did start +3 attack. Hopefully we get the armor soon. Oof. Nice hits. We still have a lot of storm. Where are the storms? There we go. Okay. You could definitely storm the Thors as well. I mean, you had a lot of storms. You could have easily landed like 8 storms here. Okay, you do clean that up though. I mean, Thors are a terrible choice. I don't know why he's making Thors. You should just add on a ton of Immortals for this. Storm Immortal could be pretty good. Okay, so you won the fight again. So here you need to redevelop. You lost all of your key units. Like you're not really winning these battles, even though you're winning them, because every time you've finished the battle, you lost all your AOE. So you're basically reset, and so it's not actually that bad for him. So this counter push is too fast. I mean, it feels like you got a couple battles. You're probably thinking, okay, I won 2 fights in a row. Let's just go again. I'm crushing this noob. But actually, he's doing totally fine because he's killing all your AoE. So, what? How did he notice that? That's actually insane at this level that he noticed that. Okay. I don't think GMs at my level would notice that. Maybe he just had a screen there. Okay, another good fight. Let's see if you can retain some of your sophistication this fight. So you do keep a Templar, you keep all your Immortals. Yeah, so this is probably the best fight so far, but even still, you don't have any AoE. So if you try to counter push here, especially into a planetary, you're just gonna lose all the lead you developed here. Like from the Terran's perspective, he wants to fight continuously like this. So you have to be trying to avoid continuous fighting. Unless you have like a Stalker Sentry army, you know, because that army can be microed quite a bit. But your army is not that good at being microed. This is okay though, you're taking fights like in the open without the planetaries. So I mean this is much better than if you're pushing the PF again. And you have some Storm now, so I like this move out a lot more. I mean, it's still a little quick in my opinion, but you can maybe poke at the peripheries instead of pushing a base. And you can maybe distract them a bit to do some sort of, you know, run by over here. To be honest, this base isn't as defended as this guy thinks it is, because if you have like 8 Stalkers and a couple Zealots, you can just kill everything here, the Liberator. And that's not too massive of an investment if you're closer to 200. But Moose definitely needs to get off these Thors. I honestly don't even understand. Like, does he even have upgrades for these Thors? He does have the upgrades. That's actually crazy. He doesn't have the plating though. He just has the attack. That's such a huge investment. Like, he could have so many Ghost here, which should be way better. Like 8 Ghost. Imagine 8 Ghost against your army. I don't know why he's building Thors. Okay, so you're rotating up here. This could be good. It definitely seems like he's been trading better though, because he's maxed out quicker again. Okay, nice Storms. So every time you fight, you're actually taking a full fight, and you don't need to do that. What you could be doing is just getting 1 Storm on his army and then backing up and then taking the fight later. And so that's going to hurt his army quite a bit before the next engagement. But this should go pretty well. You're by your Nexus again. Your reinforcements are super fast. All your Templar died again. You need to pull them back so that that's not happening. Good hit. I think you're still not without an armor, right? Yeah, you're missing an armor, so that's partially why you're losing here. Yeah, so I think this game is pretty much over after this fight. If we go back a little bit, we don't need to watch you slowly die. That was definitely the game-ending fight. If we go back to this point, I think part of the problem also is your saturation, which we didn't look at earlier, but I can just tell by how fast you're taking bases. And so this saturation is really, well, not that base, but this base and the main base is really hurting your income in here, which is why he's able to get that supply lead that he really shouldn't have been able to get. And so that could help. And then also at this point is just playing more defensive and making more units that are high in gas, so you can take fights out here like Storm, but then not have a real fight and just back up and make him run through the Storm. If you were doing that consistently, I think you develop into a much better late game, especially if you can finish your upgrades, start getting the shields as well, and then going into, you know, more tech units instead of all these zealots and continuously fighting over here, because that's really what he wants. Okay, cool. This is some good analysis in the morning. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next one.